Hey everybody, Preparedness One here. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a good week and looking forward to the weekend. So we're going to give it a minute before everybody jumps in here. We're going to talk about the increase of viruses, pandemics, stuff like that going on with the grand solar minimum. And I'm going to use a reference on this and give credit where credit is due. And, going to give a shout out to what I think is a great channel. But we'll get to that in a moment. But before we get started, I just wanted to, remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. And so please, no racism. Please watch your language. Please be decent to each other in the chat as well. If you are not, those wonderful people lit up in blue, my moderators will boot you out of here because we do not tolerate that on my channel. So just have respect, and that's all I ask. Okay, so and then after I'm done talking, if you guys have any questions or feedback you want to throw in here, all cap lock so it stands out for me. Okay, so before we jump into the topic, I did want to say we are 48 subscribers away now from hitting 75,000 subscribers. Once we hit 75,000 subscribers, we got a great giveaway coming up for you guys. And I say we, I mean me and the mouse in my pocket. I want to do two 60-meal buckets. I want to give those away. I'm going to give away a $50 gift card and then a $25 gift card, probably Visa or something like that, for those. And so we're going to do that for 75,000 subscribers. It's my way of showing my appreciation for what you guys do, for your support, for being here every time and watching the shows and the feedback and everything else. So, but in order to be into that giveaway, you have to be a subscriber. Okay. So anyway, let's jump into topic. So watching the video, Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And if you haven't checked out that channel, I would highly recommend that you do. A lot of great information on his channel. Very, very intelligent man. Very, very intelligent. Well, he recently did a video in a couple days, maybe, I think it was, where he was talking about viruses and the correlation with grand solar minima and all those type of things. Okay, so I found it very, very interesting. I found it very, very insightful. And he goes back through history and shows how different things are connected. So it's really, really great video and a lot of great information. So like I said, definitely highly recommend him. He's a very, very smart guy. So, but anyway, with him, I wanted to talk about this really quickly as well. He was talking about that viruses are falling to the earth every day, which I didn't know that, to be honest with you. That's a beauty of being older and, study and finding out information. You find out a lot of information if you're willing to do the research. And I think that's awesome. But viruses fall to the earth every day. And for whatever reason, during a grand solar minimum, you have more viruses come. Well, with more viruses, you have throughout history, you have had pandemics that have happened that have greatly reduced the population. So that would, in my opinion, be something to be very, very concerned about, because we are entering a grand solar minimum right now. And who knows how long it's going to last. They can kind of predict it to a degree, the people that really know what's going on. But it's a lot, there's no telling. I mean, it could be 100 years, it could be longer. So you go, the earth, obviously, and I've talked about this before, the earth goes in cycles. So you have the plague had popped up in China. We're going to talk about that too, JJ. And I got the information on that. And we're going to talk about that, the plague in China. It was 2 people in China. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But what do I think about the flu shots? Never get one, Lori. Never get one. They're ineffective. They don't work. And who knows what they're putting in those flu shots. So I would recommend, and this is just my own personal choice, you can do whatever you want to do. So I don't want you to think that, well, I'm not getting one because he said not to. You make your own decisions on that. But my recommendation would be, I tell my daughter, I tell my son, I would never get one again. I was forced to when I worked. but I would never get one again, and I never will get one again. So anyway, we're going to jump into what JJ just had said here a moment ago. What's a grand solar? Okay, well, Kat, the grand solar is the sun goes in cycles. So when they talk about like solar flares and black spots on the sun's in a high activity period. So that's called a grand solar maximum. Okay, when the sun is quieter and not a lot of activity, that's called a grand solar minimum. Well, when a grand solar minimum happens, let's see. Yeah, I got the flu shot before, it only made me sick. Yeah, I've had issues with the flu shots in the past, and like I said, I don't recommend it to anybody. It's unnecessary, and they don't even have it accurate to what is they're guessing. So when you have a product that is 10% effective, why would you use a product? If you bought a car, okay, this is another good example of that. If you bought a car that only worked 10% of the time, you're going to buy that car? So that's the flu shot in a nutshell. And even though it's free. Well, your insurance is paying for it. Well, who pays for the insurance? You pay for the insurance, so you're paying for it. So, but anyway, so the Earth, like I said, it goes in cycles. The sun does in cycles. And so right now we are entering a period where the sun is not as active, which will cool the Earth down. Okay, they know that. That's why they switched it from global warming to climate change. So, I mean, it's a proven fact. So, but that's okay if you don't believe it. I'm not going to argue with people. That's not what I'm on here to try to do. If you want to do the research and look at the information and look at charts from 100 years or 200 years and really look at the information, you'll see that I'm saying the truth. But anyway, with the planet cooling down, these viruses are coming. We are going to be subjected to more possibility of sickness. There's a lot more people on the planet than there's ever been before, number one. Okay, when you have people compacted into cities the way that they are now, okay, that's number two. All in small areas and stuff like that. And I want you to think about this. When it's cold, you're going to be outside. You're going to be doing stuff outside. No, you're going to be inside. So when you have a lot more people coming together inside and staying in closer quarters, you got a lot more opportunity for sickness. Okay, so the best bet, honestly, to combat that, and I've talked a little bit about this before, is growing your own food. If you know where your food is coming from, if you know what you're bringing into your body, and Diamond made this point. He said even the organic stuff that you're getting at the store is all full of chemicals and stuff like that because they spray it all. Okay, well, when you have your own garden or your own greenhouse and you're growing your own produce and you're using that and you're canning that and you're saving it, you know where that food came from. You know that it is not been treated with chemicals into this type of thing. So, that is really, really important. It's the same thing with having a pond or an aquaponic system. If you're raising them fish up, you know what those fish are eating, so you can regulate that, and that makes a big difference. So now, not only are you going to have your plants, you're also going to have fresh fish whenever you want it. So all of you good Catholics out there, every Friday can go dip in a tank and grab a fish and make your own fish fry. And I'm saying that a little sarcastically, and I'm nothing against Catholics. I'm just using that as an example. So please don't hammer me. But anyway, with all this stuff that's going on, okay, with the weather changing, the extreme weather changing, the increase in earthquake activity, that is all part of this grand solar minima. Okay, so when you have, the sun is quieting down, the earth is getting more active, and it's all connected together. And like I said, if you go over to Diamond's channel and watch the video that I watched, he puts the charts together really, really well and explains it very, very easily. JJ just said, take care of your teeth. Having cavities and just breathing the air will get you sick. Yeah, you definitely need to make sure that you're taking care of your teeth. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to what JJ had talked about, the two people getting the plague in China. Well, actually, the two people in China that got the plague were actually from Mongolia, and they have they eat everything. they eat rats and everything like that. And there's no judgment on that. And I'm not trying to say that they're, whatever, but there are certain things that certain people in different parts of the world eat that they consider delicacies that people in the West go, oh, that's disgusting. Okay. So I'm not sure what part of the animal that these two Mongolians ate. I think it was a rat, but it may have been, I don't know if it was the liver or the kidneys or some part of the rat that's considered a delicacy that they eat raw, which is okay, but that's just me. But that's why they contracted the Black Plague. So that's why that they contracted that, and so there's actually been about 40 cases of the Black Death reported around the world. So it wasn't just in China, but yeah, it's absolutely, people are saying gross, and I agree with you 100%. I would not eat raw meat if I could help it. I want to make sure that I'm cooking, because let's think about just all the other parasites and stuff that could possibly be in that meat. So yeah, and rats are disease vectors, right? Exactly. So here's what you want to think about, okay? So I have cats, right? Everybody knows I have cats. They're out mousing, getting the mice and the rats and killing them and stuff like that. Well, the fleas get on the cats from the mice, right? Then the cat comes up and lays in bed with you, which mine do. I have cats with me every freaking night. So you have the possibility where that flea jumps off the cat who jumped off the rat. Now he jumps on you and he bites you. So it can be spread very, very easily when we are in more close quarters. Sickness can run rampant very, very quickly. So again, how do you combat that? By making sure that you're taking good care of yourself, making sure that you're eating properly, and trying to get away from as much of the processed food as we possibly can. I think that that's important. The one question you hear now is it now contained? Can it spread quickly? I think that they got it already, JJ, pretty quickly. So there's not going to be an issue as far as spreading right now. But usually those type of diseases, the original Black Death that hit in the 1500s, that was spread by rats. People did not have the knowledge back then that we do now. So, that's a good thing. We are definitely higher up in the food chain now, being able to figure things out, know where a lot of it comes from, making sure we're doing good hand washing. A lot of viruses and stuff like that, infections can be spread, that way. So making sure you're doing, good hand washing techniques and stuff like that is really, really important. So used diatomaceous earth, getting rid of bugs. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. Yeah, rats are a delicacy in Asia. JJ just said, yep, exactly. What is happening with Canada now? Canada, what are you referring to directly? I'm not sure what you mean directly. They re-elected Trudeau. I know that. I know that part of Canada wants to secede. So, hey, stop. Right. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that right now. I really haven't done the research in that. So, I know, not Canada. I got it. So, okay, hold on 1 second, guys. You're out. Oh, I know, it's too bad. Sorry. She's there scratching away, and the freaking monitor's going crazy, so she's got to go. But anyway, yeah, and I got what you're saying. I don't know what's going on with that right now, to be honest with you. I really haven't been. I haven't been able. I wasn't even looking at that, to be honest with you. So I don't really know what exactly is going on with that at the moment. Do I take elderberry syrup? Yes, I actually have some, Donna Smith. A member of my group, his wife, does a lot of holistic stuff, and she brought me the different things like that. I'm going to tell you what, and here's a great example. Talk about a lot of people in a confined space. I had to go today and pay on a bill. I have a Kohl's charge card. It's the only charge card that I have. I've had it forever and a day. And so, the kids and I had gone 2 months ago and had, got a few things. And so, I think it was Heather and I went. And so, because you're getting ready, obviously, for college and stuff at that point. So anyway, so I went in there today to pay my bill because I can't do it over online. They won't do it with a debit card and all this other nonsense. So I just go in and pay it. And so anyway, so I had gone in there, and you want to talk about people jammed in? Oh my God. I was able to go to the service desk where there was one person ahead of me, but the register lines, and they had, 4 or 5 different people working the registers. That was like 20 people deep waiting to be waited on. And I'm going to tell you what, first of all, I can't stand. I have no patience for standing around waiting like that. That would drive me out of my mind. But anyway, talk about, and then, people are in there and they're hacking away and everything like that. So now you have a contained area where germs can spread very, very quickly, and you're going to see a lot of people get sick. So, that's something to think about. Really, really something to think about. I have a jar of elderberry jelly. Yeah, that's absolutely, it's absolutely good. Honey garlic ferment is awesome for your health. Well, I'll tell you what, as you guys know, with my tea, when I'm drinking my tea, and actually, so I got my hot tea, which I'm finishing up, and then I got my green tea for when I'm done with my hot tea. I use tea and honey. So, and I use natural honey that's not store-bought honey. That's very, very good for you, and stuff like that. So somebody's asking, did you get your flu shot? I don't ever get the flu shot anymore. I had to do it with work because if we didn't get the flu shot, you had to wear a mask for 6 months, literally 6 months. And I wasn't wearing a mask for 6 months. So no, I do not get my flu shot. I encourage everybody in my family not to get my flu shot. Like my daughter went to college, and one of her roommates said, oh, they're giving away free flu shots if you go. And Heather's like, I ain't getting no flu shot. So some of the stuff that I tell my kids is actually sunk in, which is a good thing. So, but, oh, you can heat Arizona tea. Oh, I'm sure you can. I like it cold, the Arizona tea. I like it cold. But yeah, I like how they always say free. And, somebody's making money off of that. There's no doubt about that at all. So, yeah, I just, I had some adverse reaction of flu shots through the years. I had one time I got a flu shot and my arm was so sore for like 2 months afterwards. And so, yeah, I'm not a big fan. Yeah, local honey in your area. Exactly, Nancy Wilson. If you're going to get honey, go to local beekeepers and get the honey there. And I'm going to tell you what, that's one of the things I cannot wait for in the spring, and I'm going to be doing over the course of this winter, is I'm going to get with beekeepers that are local, and I cannot wait to get my beehive up. Not only because it's going to be environmentally friendly to have my own beehive, but it's going to be awesome because I'm going to have my own honey from my own area. I mean, and when I say my own area, I'm talking right in my yard. So I'm really, really looking forward to that, so. And it helps with allergies. Actually, Jason Smith just said it helps with allergies. Any kind of problems you have, if you are taking in local honey that's not been processed, the way they do it for the stores and stuff, it is absolutely the way to go. There are commercial beekeepers 1/4 mile from my house. Oh, that's very cool, Tubular Guy 9. Go pick their brains. And and here's the best part about that type of stuff, guys. If you go to your local beekeepers, if you go to your local people that are doing aquaponics or even just greenhouse growing and stuff like that, and ask for a tour and ask for them to explain stuff, you know what? 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking, and this is just my way of thinking, they're going to be more than happy to give you that tour to show you. I think that that's a really good thing. And again, it's more information that you can have in your brain that's going to help you out down the road. No, I didn't get the greenhouse today. I did a video the other day and I said the greenhouse was delayed. It's coming Monday. So the greenhouse will be here Monday. And that's the paperwork that I got and the email and stuff like that. So there was an issue with shipping. So the guy that makes the greenhouses, he had to change it up a little bit. So it will be here Monday. So I will definitely be doing a video on that topic. So that's going to be cool. And then I will explain everything and what I got and everything like that. And I think you're going to be pretty cool. What is a good price per pound for honey? Jason, you know what? That's going to vary all around the country depending on where you are, to be honest with you. If I'm going to have bees, I'm going to need to watch videos from Paul Steinmetz has done. Search for mushrooms, bees, and okay, yeah, I will. Evelyn, if you know what, if you send me an email to preparedness1@yahoo.com and give me that information, because I will never remember that. I'm going to be honest with you, but if you email it to me, then I'll have it there. And you know, we pay about $10 a pound here in Texas. Wow, that's expensive. I'm trying to remember what I paid. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one of my jars that that I picked up this year. I'm going to grab it real quick, and I think the price is on there. So let me take a look, and I can kind of give you an idea that way. So hold on. All right. Took a minute to find it. Okay, so this is a 5-pound jar of honey, okay? And this cost me $32.99. So it's about, what, $8 a pound is what I paid for this honey. It's a big old jar of honey. So, and then I got it actually in Naples, New York. So that is a bit of a drive for me. I was out on a bike one day and they have a spot, and I stopped and I picked that up. And that's a local beehive area right down in that area. So that's why I picked that up. So 27 pounds or $27 for 5 pounds in South Florida, JJ said. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I knew it was going to be, depending on where in the country you are, is what you're going to pay, different prices. So $6 to $8 in Northeast Pennsylvania. There you go. So like I'm paying about $8 a pound. So it's not, I don't consider that bad. And like I said, I won't go, unpasteurized honey is the best. It absolutely is. If you can get it, it's going to help you out a lot. It really is. I wanted to show you guys something. This just came today, and I'm not going to say the name, but this came in the mail, and it's an indoor-outdoor. I'll kind of show you that. There's the monitoring screen. Indoor-outdoor, and it's got like these little monitors that you're putting outside, okay? And so there's 3 of those, and so it says 1, 2, and 3. So there's number 3. You put those outside, and you can monitor, or inside too. One would obviously go inside, but and it says make sure you do north facing. So I now am going to be able to let you guys know accurately up here in the hills, and not what the temperature is saying in town, what the temperature is. Hey, Mountain Girl, I stock lots of honey, natural and local, great antibiotic. You're absolutely right. And it's great to have. And again, getting it locally, not only is it good for you and better for you than buying it at the store, but you're helping out your local economy again. I'm a big proponent, guys, huge proponent. You will hear me say this all the time. If you can buy stuff locally, from people that are making the different things, it is the best way to go. Manuka honey. Yep. Manuka honey is, JJ is right. And I actually did a video about that. I had never heard about that before. And that was like, somebody had said, sent me some information on it. And I was like, wow, that is really, really cool. But yeah, you can get that. I can buy that here. As well. But yeah, if you're going to want to support your community, buy stuff locally if you can. It's just a smart way of doing it. My uncle got his bees in 1955 and still has the descendants from the same swarm today. Local honey is out of this world compared to store bought. Yeah, exactly. And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. And you're 100% right. Nothing beats that taste. It's the same thing, guys, with eggs. Go ahead and buy your store bought eggs all you want. Give me fresh farm eggs every day of the week. They taste so much better. There is a huge difference in taste. So, I did end up getting 2 eggs today. So, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's like I said, I want my girls to rest. It's that time of year when they should rest. So, it's what is purple honey? That I do not know, Deborah Hillard. I have no idea. I don't think I've ever even heard of purple honey. $60 a gallon for honey here in Texas. Okay, Wanda just said that. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm telling you what. Like I said, if I'm drinking my tea, it's straightly tea and honey. That's what I drink. Now that's gone. So now we got to go to the green tea, JJ's favorite. So we'll do a salute to JJ on that in a little bit. Manuka is good for your teeth. Yeah, well, that Manuka honey is really good for a lot of things, actually. So, homemade bread with good honey. Oh yeah, you're right, John. You are right. And there's another thing. There is nothing like homemade bread. Make the bread yourself. All that type of stuff. Any of that kind of stuff that you can do yourself. Do it if you can. Absolutely do it if you can. Now, guys, I haven't even asked yet. We're 25 minutes into the chat. I haven't even asked for a thumbs up yet. And I really don't want my haters and trolls to be disappointed that I'm not asking for a thumbs up. So I want to make sure that I do that. So if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, please do so. I appreciate that. So I got to just, it's funny to me. But about 485 watching and only 171. Yeah, well, it happened. Oh, it's up now. It's going up. So. But, it was a troll, JJ. Well, thank you for taking care of them. Yeah, they are devoted. And I got to say, I know you guys support the channel in a positive way, and I appreciate that. But with the trolls who are watching this video now, thank you for your support, and thank you for helping support what we do here. Even though you hate me and you watch every video, I find it quite amusing. So that's pretty funny, in my opinion. But that's just me. I have a twisted sense of humor. I don't trust a skinny cool kid. A skinny cook. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah. No, you want to have a cook that's got some meat on her bones. Learn to have a starter for bread. Yeah, you know what? And that's that's a good thing to have. If you with yeast, you can always continue to work with yeast, and and then have that available. I think that that's awesome. And again, those are things, guys, to learn now. Learning all these things now is so important. And why do they hate? I don't understand. You know what? I don't get it either, to be honest with you. I really don't. Again, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again. There's channels out there that I don't care for. I don't hate anybody. I'll be honest with you. I hate nobody. Okay, but there's channels out there that I don't care for. I don't like the way that the person does it, or whatever the reason may be the content or whatever. So I just don't watch their channel. Why am I going to support a channel that I don't care for? So I do the smart thing like an adult, and I turn a channel and I watch something that I enjoy. So, but again, troll. So somebody asked in here, what's a troll? A troll is somebody that hates you, but they try to come in and try to stir up crap and talk crap on your channel and try to give you a hard time. They can't do that with me. I got my skin is way too thick. Okay, so they can say anything they want about me. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. So I find it amusing, and realistically, a person who is a troll is very sad and pathetic, because most likely they're sitting in mommy's basement, and they're mad at themselves, and they hate themselves, and they hate the world, and that's the only way they know how to express themselves. So it's actually pretty sad if you think about it, and we really need to feel sorry for people like that. So yeah, if you don't like it, simply don't watch. Exactly. Well, that would be, see, but now I got to tell you, the reason with that, you have to have a brain in your head and use it, okay, and make a decision as an adult. And a lot of trolls are kids, guys. That's the other thing too. A lot of them are kids, so that's just how it goes. But you know, but I find it amusing. Any tips on cleaning the exhaust pipe on the stove? You know what they have? They have the wire brushes that you can pick up at Lowe's, Walmart, with the extenders on there, and it's like a big brush is what it looks like, and you get those and you run that through. That's a great way to clean out all that creosote and that type of stuff out of your wood stove. I know I got to get my ladder out. Kids' mentality. Yeah, well, yeah, because they're mental midgets is what they are. And like I said, they're sad. Or like roaches. Trolls are like roaches. I like that, Jason. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, so before we do anything else, we got to give a salute to JJ. A little green tea, JJ. So, I have trolls that hate cats. They want me arrested liable for reporting them to animal abusers. I just ignore them. Yeah, you know what? You're always going to get people. Well, I'm going to tell you what. And I thought it was an absolutely fantastic channel. He got going off grid because, he told me that I inspired him and he moved off grid. This guy was a master builder. I mean, I'm talking master builder. And he's still there, and I still talk to him, and that's Icky Can. If you look up Icky Can, his videos, I think, are still up. But he had a channel. He's up in Canada. And he has animals, and so he had goats, and he had chickens, and he had cats. He had a dog, the whole 9 yards. And the reason he stopped making videos and got basically off of YouTube was because of trolls. They won. Okay, they called animal control on him, saying that he was abusive to his animals. No, it's not. I don't think it's carbonated. The green tea, I don't think it's carbonated, no. Because it doesn't have that bubbles and stuff like that, so I don't believe that it is. But anyway, he had a great channel. This guy, I want you to think about this, okay? By himself, so he had his main building, and he had his outbuilding where he had take another building where he would shower and do all that type of stuff. And I think his toilet was in there too. And what this man did with pulleys, okay, by himself, moved that building, and it was quite a distance, and he showed the whole progress of it. Moved that the distance from there, had it come up on an angle up like this, and connected it with the house. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it was the guy is absolutely brilliant. He built outbuildings, there and for his animals, and they were very well taken care of. But because of people being hateful, he had visits by animal control, and he didn't want to deal with that stress and have to deal with that. So he stopped making videos, which is an absolute shame because, number one, the guy is a salt of the earth type of guy, just a great guy. And I really enjoyed, watching his progress and what he was doing. But unfortunately, some people can take it and some people can't, which is sad. It really is sad. Elsa Taylor said, I had animal control called on me. I have a cat with one ear, and someone said I wasn't getting treatment. I got a word the visit was coming and got a letter from the vet. Well, there you go. But as long as you knew that was coming up, that's good. But yeah, there's just, like I said, it's just the thing. Okay, so some people cannot stand to see other people happy. They can't. It physically causes them pain, because they're so miserable themselves that they want everybody else to be just as miserable as they are. So think about that for a second. How sad, realistically, how sad is that is the only joy that they can get is trying to hurt other people? Pretty pathetic, to be honest with you, and that's what they are. They're pathetic. They only deserve our pity, and, but that's my take on it. So, but it's unfortunate, it is what it is. So I'm changing my name to Prepper Troll. That's funny. Yeah, evil people want to bring good people down. You're right, Mike. They do, absolutely. And like I said, they're unhappy with their own lives. They wish they could be doing what you're doing. And so because they can't, they want to destroy you, which, I mean, and I get those emails and I laugh and then I delete them. I don't reply because it's not worth the waste of time or energy, so it is what it is. Oh, so I wanted to talk about this real quick too. So a couple people were talking about YouTube's policy change. And I talked about it a little bit in my video that I did earlier today, but I wanted to bring it up again. Basically, the policy change, people, oh, you're going to be gone as soon as they change the policy. No, I don't believe so. I'm not doing anything hateful. I'm sharing my life with people. I share my opinions, okay, but I'm not doing it in a way that is hurtful to anybody. Obviously, if you don't like what I'm doing, you have the complete freedom to change the channel, which I highly recommend to anybody that doesn't like me or what I'm doing. So now here's the thing is, and I get a lot of these comments as well. And again, I'm just going to touch base on this, guys, and I'm not going to get into it because it really doesn't matter one way or the other. So I have a lot of people tell me that, well, you need to get ready spiritually as well. Well, I don't like religion. I have my own thoughts on how things should be. I have my own moral code. Okay. I don't need to go to a church. I don't need to go listen to some man tell me how I need to live my life. I am my own guide with that. Now, I have read the Bible cover to cover. So when I have people tell me about the rapture, well, the rapture was invented in the 1800s. Before then, it was never there. So there's no such thing as the rapture. And the people that, if they were reading their Bible, they would see in the Bible where it says only 144,000 shall inherit the kingdom of God. So that kind of narrows it down for their rapture, where supposedly millions upon millions of people are just going to ascend. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay. So again, you can believe whatever you want to believe, and I will support you in believing whatever you want to believe. But you need to also respect my beliefs for what I want to believe, and don't tell me what I need to do as far as that goes. Okay. Because I am 54 years old. My mind has been made up for a long time, and I follow my own path. I am not a follower of men. I never have been, and I never will be. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But again, I always respect everybody's right to believe whatever they want. And here's the biggest thing with that, okay? If it gives you peace of mind, whatever you believe, I don't care if you believe that this is the most wonderful piece of paper in the whole world and you're going to worship this piece of paper, okay? If that gives you peace of mind and it makes you happy, then I'm going to say good for you, okay? But don't tell me, because I'm not going to worship that piece of paper with you, that I'm going to burn in hell forever. Not buying it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Again, if it gives you peace and it makes you happy, then I am happy for you. So, Espen didn't kill himself. Yeah, no kidding. That's for sure. But viruses triple in my family this year. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going around. Should you eat in a day? I don't know what you mean by that. They must be having a conversation with somebody else, because I totally missed what you were talking about. Yeah, and somebody just said that a nurse that has seen a lot of death, and I'm going to tell you what, guys, in my profession, the amount of death that I have seen throughout the course of my career, you can't even begin to imagine it. You actually become desensitized to it, believe it or not, which is sad. It really is. But death doesn't bother me, because that's just one step in the journey. I do believe that something happens afterwards, but I don't believe in an ultimate heaven and an ultimate hell. Here's the thing that I find amazing. No matter how much of a piece of crap somebody was in life. Now, I want you guys to think about this, okay? No matter how much of a piece of garbage somebody was in life, when they die, what does everybody say? Oh, well, they're in heaven now. Oh, wait a minute. How does that work? Everybody gets to go to heaven? The whole concept, I just don't buy it. Like I said, but again, that's my personal belief. If there is a judgment, and I'm going to tell you what, and this is what I truly do believe, okay? If there is a judgment, I believe we are judged on our complete acts of what we've done. All right. Because if it was based on what I did when I was younger, the joke is, well, then I'm going to hell, and at least I'll be amongst friends. Okay. But the thing is, I think it is based on our overall body of work, if you will. That's where the judgment comes in. And I think that if we've tried to be decent people, I'm going to tell you what, guys, all of us, you think back when you were young, if you're older, if you were in your 50s, 60s, 70s, I want you to think back when you were in your teens and when you were in your early 20s and the stupid things that you did and the stupid decisions that you make. Would you do those things now? Of course not. But the thing is, that comes with maturity, okay? So, we all make mistakes. We've all done things. We can't change it. You can be sorry that you did it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's been done, okay? So beating yourself up over it for the rest of your life, it doesn't, that doesn't make any sense to me. And so, and I'm going to tell you what, in my opinion, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about religion, okay? I promise for tonight anyway, we'll narrow it down like that. In my opinion, organized religion. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a relationship with God if you have a relationship with God. But organized religion is about three things and three things only, okay? And we can use the Catholic Church for this, guys, okay? And, if you're Catholic, like I said, I'm just using that as this is an example. But this is all organized religion. Power, control, and money. Now, if there is a God in the sky, he does not need my money, okay? So why do I need to give 10% of whatever I make to the church, okay? And I don't see the church out there helping out all these people that need help. They don't. You don't see it, okay? Control, they're going to tell you what to do, how to live your life, and if you don't toe the line and behave the way that they tell you, then you're going to burn in hell forever. Now, if there's a loving God, you think he wants us all to burn in some hell forever? I'm just not buying it, okay? So there's the control aspect of it, all right? The power aspect of it is these churches and these type of big institutions have a lot of power over politicians, over governments and stuff like that. So, that is, I'm with you, Wolfang. I am with you 100%. So, but he said pagan here. And that's what I consider myself. I consider myself a pagan. So, Wiccan, whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm more one with nature, more one with the earth. And so I have peace, guys. I really, truly do. And I don't go out there and try to tell people how to live their lives and what they should do. And if you don't, then this and that and the other thing is going to happen to you. So, but anyway, that's my take on that. So, and again, I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm not telling you, okay? I'm not telling you that I'm right and you're wrong, okay? And that's where the difference is with a lot of people, okay? Because I have a different view than they have. Then they tell me, oh, well, you got to change. You got to change, in the way that you're doing it. No, I don't. So, I'm very happy in the way that I am, and I've had a great life. I have been blessed beyond measure. Okay. And, and I think that's what it's all about. Treating people the way you want to be treated. How simple is that? That is a very, very simple concept. If you treat people the way you want to be treated, what's wrong with that? I'm going to give you an example of something. I'm going to bring one more thing, and I'm going to give you an example. I had a buddy of mine, very, very religious. And him and I would have theological debates back and forth. And he would give me his points, and I would give my points and stuff like that. And this is what he told me, and this is what I thought was very funny. He said, Ed, I got to tell you something. And I go, okay. He said, for somebody who's not religious, he goes, you are one of the most moral people that I have ever met in my life. And I said to him, I go, well, I said, I appreciate that. But, and again, I believe you need to live by some kind of a code. You have to have some kind of a code. Now, the 10 Commandments in the Bible is a great guide. It's a great guide, okay? And I think that's what, we should try to live like that. Treat people decently. Try to help when you can. Don't be greedy. You look at the people out there, guys, that are just greedy, and it's sad. To me, that's sad. Materialistic stuff, it's just stuff. I'm going to tell you what. and this is my opinion again, and this goes back from being a nurse, okay, forever and a day, and being in the nursing field for 30 plus years. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. I don't care how much money you got. Doesn't make any difference. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. You have nothing. Okay, 7 deadly sins. Okay, Lori, that's a great one. And here's the thing is, okay, so let's talk about 7 deadly sins. Let's talk about one. We're going to talk about one of them for a second. All of you guys out there, somebody who is super, super religious, and they're 300 plus pounds. And then they're going to tell you how you need to live your life, okay? Well, isn't gluttony one of the 7 deadly sins? Don't they know that? Aren't they aware of that? That's just an example. And I'm just, so, actually the Bible was written, and I'm going to tell, and this is my opinion. The Bible was written because man is the most vicious animal on this planet. We kill because we enjoy killing each other. Okay, we really truly do. We enjoy it. We love killing each other. I mean, you look at now with all the rule of law that we have right now, and still people kill each other all the time. Okay, the Bible was written as a control mechanism to keep us under control, because if we have some kind of fear of a retribution for our acts, think about this. If there was no Bible and there was no retribution for all the evil, heinous stuff that people do to each other, people would just go absolutely crazy. Okay, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Bible was written, is a control mechanism, is a way to keep people in check and in control, because if you don't toe the line, if you don't follow the rules, then this is what's going to happen to you. And again, guys, this is my opinion. That's it. Were you baptized? When I was a little baby, I was baptized a Protestant. So, but it doesn't mean anything. So, my kids aren't. My kids have never been to a church. Here's my opinion with that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up for a second, okay? This is what I've told my children. When you are old enough and you make your own informed decisions on what you want to do as far as religion goes, I will never tell you not to do it. I will support you in your decisions. So if they decide to become religious, I'm not going to tell them they're wrong and they shouldn't do it. I'm not going to do that, because that's their own individual choice. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, as a supportive parent, I'm going to tell them, do whatever you want to do. Now, that's the ball's in their court. They're adults now. They can make those decisions. So, that's just, like I said, that's just the way I fly. Being baptized as a baby where I have absolutely no knowledge of it, what is that? Doesn't mean anything. So, yeah, sometimes you tell a kid not to do it and they do it just to get back at you. You're right. And that's exactly right. A lot of kids will do that. They'll do the exact opposite of what you tell them. So it happens a lot. So, but do I meditate? I do occasionally. It really does help, to be honest with you. Actually, what's great, and I haven't been doing it, and I got to get back on the stick, and I'll be honest with you. Yoga. Yoga is awesome for you physically. And it helps clear your mind and stuff like that too. But meditation is very, very good as well. So religion brings us comfort during difficult times. And you know what, Ricky, that's fine. If that works for you, then great. And again, I'm never going to tell you you're wrong because you're religious. I won't do that. Who am I to judge you? And again, judge not, lest ye be judged. Wow, that's in the Bible as well, right? So again, I don't judge people for whatever they want to do. Again, if it gives you peace of, like Greg, you guys know who Greg is. He lives up behind me. Greg is very religious. The one thing we don't talk about is religion, because he has his views and I have my views. But here's the best part. We respect each other enough that we can work together even though our religious views are different. Isn't that amazing? Think about that. Wow, what a concept. Respecting somebody regardless of what their religious views are. That's crazy. But but yoga is actually very, very good. It's very healthy for you. It helps with your flexibility. And I'm going to tell you what, I was my buddy's ex-wife used to do yoga, and I would go to I did a couple classes with her, and I'm going to tell you what, it kicked my behind, and I'm talking literally sweat just running off my face. And they basically said in the class, if you get tired and you can't do it, just go into child's pose, which is, you're on your knees and your arms are stretched out and you got your head down on the mat. And I'm going to tell you what, there was a lot of times during those things where I would have my head down and I was just straight up sucking wind. I mean, because, stretch this way and do this pose and do that. And it's like, you would think, oh, big deal, I could do that in a heartbeat. Try it. I mean, it's brutal. It's like torture, but it's actually very, very good for you. And once you build up your tolerance, like anything else, it's really, really good. And, Tai Chi. Yes. Yep. Tai Chi is actually very, very good too. Absolutely awesome. So, it's a great thing as well. All right, guys, if you haven't shot me, I've only asked for one tonight, so I'm slacking tonight. If you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I see we're almost at 500 people in the chat, and we're at like 309 thumbs up. So if you haven't done it yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. Like I said, just because it's fun. I like to see what the number we can get to, and it just absolutely infuriates my trolls. So I have to do it, But anyway, so like I said, we are, and I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, we are like 48 subscribers away from 75,000. So if you are not subscribed yet, please do so. Make sure you hit that bell icon and get all the notifications. As soon as we hit 75K, I will be announcing the giveaway. I've already said what it's going to be. So we will talk about the rules of it and, all that type of thing. And we will get that giveaway done. So I'm thinking at the rate that this has been jumping up, maybe by Sunday, we might actually be there by Sunday. So we'll see what happens, but it's been going along pretty good here, so not a bad thing at all. But we'll see where it goes. But just so you know, when we hit, we are less than 50 away from 75,000. So yeah, thank you. Somebody said, I hope you get your 75K. Yeah, it's been a slow process here recently because of the games that YouTube played. They really slowed me down. I'll be honest with you. I was chugging along there for a while, but then they changed things and algorithms and all that type of stuff. So it's been a battle, but it's okay. We just do what we do. And like I've told you guys, I'm not going anywhere. Am I considering a wind turbine? No, because I won't do a wind turbine up here just because I would have to go above the tree line, and my trees are over 100 feet tall. And so to go higher than that it'd be very, very difficult. It would be very expensive to put that type of a tower in place with the guy wires and everything else. So I won't do a wind turbine up here because it's like even if I had one lower to the ground, it's not going to produce enough for the cost. So I just stick with the solar panels. And if you do it right, and get the proper amount of batteries, it definitely makes all the difference in the world. Can we expect a live stream of the chickens? Do you want one? Dr. Joe Speranza. Hey, thank you very much for that donation as well. I don't know who Dr. Joe Speranza is. Okay. I don't know what that comment is supposed to be, but okay, well, thank you. Mr. Rose, too bad he missed it. Too bad. Do I have a creek or running water to put in a turbine? I wish, Mike. If I had a creek running through here, I absolutely would put in a turbine in the creek, and just because that's 24 hours a day. That would be awesome. But unfortunately, I don't. If you go out to my main road, there's water that runs constantly down that road. It's runoff water, and it's always running. And it's I've looked at that many times with walking and going, man, I would love to put a little turbine in there. But you're not going to really generate a huge amount of power with that. When they build turbines or for the generators from creeks and stuff like that, they put in big ones. So. Have you looked at nickel iron Edison battery? They can last a lifetime. I have looked at those, and they are very, very expensive. But yeah, they do. They will last, 50 plus years. So yeah, I know that the Edison batteries are the best. So it's definitely something that I will look into in the future. Let's get back on the topic, please. Okay, well, Keith, we were talking basically that the because of going into the colder cycle, there's a lot of you got a lot of viruses hitting the Earth all the time from space. So what is going to be that virus with the cold temperatures, the cold cooling of the planet, going into this grand solar minima? Okay, what is going to be the thing that causes that issue? It's confined spaces, people jammed up in really confined places, and it definitely makes a difference. And so it's definitely something to pay attention to, because I'm going to tell you right now, if some kind of bug gets let loose with the way that the world population is now, very, very scary stuff. And if it's something like the Black Death, that affected, they killed off about 40%, between 15 and 40% of all Europeans at the time of the Black Death. So if we had something like that happen now, think it would be, the number of deaths would be in the billions. So that's kind of scary. That's really, really scary, because first of all, what are you doing with all those dead people? I mean, you would have way too many to have to deal with. Now you have other issues. Ed, do we know the source of the so-called zombie deer disease? I don't think we do, to be honest with you. But yeah, stock up on N95 masks. Mountain Girl just said, yep, they're very, very good to have. Have masks, guys. Be ready. I mean, if you're, and the thing is, there's nothing wrong with right now. Like, okay, we're getting into the season where everybody's going to be doing Christmas shopping. Here's a great thing, okay? And, Mountain Girl was just talking about N95 masks. There's nothing wrong with you going out in public with that N95 mask on, all right? Go ahead and do it, because you're protecting yourself, because there's a lot of people out there shopping. You go to the malls and stuff like that, and there's just a tremendous amount of people. And, there's bugs everywhere with that, so that's something to think about, so that's, do you know where you'll be getting your new batteries? I haven't really decided yet, to be honest with you. I just actually today got my state return. So you're probably going, what? It's November. But yeah, I just got my state return. So I'm actually looking now. I'm trying to decide which way I want to go. I would love to go with the Edison batteries, to be honest with you. Dr. Speranza, your gut will tell you what's right for you. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. And actually, thank you again for that donation. You go with your gut. I think that you can never go wrong if you go with your gut. And I absolutely believe in that. And I've talked to you guys about that before. Yep, your gut will tell you what's right for you. All right, thank you. Yep. Look up battery hookups and build your own battery. Yeah, I don't want to build my own battery. I want to have something that, like they have, like with the batteries that I have now, there's maintenance involved with them. I really would like to get something that's pretty much maintenance free. And if I can do that, that would be great. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And so I got to just sit down, make a decision what I'm going to go with. One of my guys in my group has given me some recommendations with the lithium ion batteries. And excuse me again, I don't mean to burp there. The lithium ion batteries. So yeah, they definitely, definitely, I got to decide what I'm going to do. So I definitely will. I will be upgrading my batteries. I promise you. And you're going to get to see all that as well and see how we do that setup. Okay. But anyway, we got to do it at this point now, because we're getting towards the end of the show here. Again, we are Legion. Okay. And the reason that I say we are Legion is because we are many. There's so many of us out there. And, there's all of us out here. And so it's, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. All right. So where is everybody from tonight, so I can see where everybody's from? Look on here. Oh, good night, Wolfgang. We'll see you later. Sodus, Michigan, Tennessee, Linden, Texas, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, New Zealand, Central Pennsylvania. We got Vegas, Idaho. Let's see, South Florida, New Mexico, the Netherlands, Vegas again, northern Idaho, Detroit, upstate New York, Michigan. This is going fast, so I'm sorry. Northeast Texas, Colorado, Baltimore, California, Georgia, southern Indiana, North Carolina again, Florida, Spain, very nice, welcome. Let's see, England, let's see, Ontario, Canada, very nice. Central Indiana, New Hampshire, Salt Lake City, Utah, very cool. Erie, Pennsylvania, Central Indiana, Michigan, the Netherlands, very nice. Virginia Beach, Virginia, Worcester, Ohio, Maryland, Providence, Rhode Island, let's see, Ohio, Missouri, Oklahoma, Oakland, Oregon, very cool. Tennessee, Tulsa, Oklahoma, very nice. So, guys, we're all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. And I think that it's really important, if we can, when the time comes, to try to help as many people as we possibly can. I think that that's important to do. And if we can do that, then that's great. So, just we're very blessed. We're the ones that are awake. And so that gives us an advantage. And so why not use that advantage to help people when the time comes? Because, again, and I've talked about this, and I will always talk about this, we cannot do this alone. We cannot survive what's coming by ourselves, okay? What are we at, 369 on the thumbs up? Let's see if we can hit 400 before we sign off, guys. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, please do so that we can get that bad boy up over 400. Oregon on the coast, very nice, Nancy. How are you tonight? Thank you for watching. I just want to say too, guys, I have great moderators. They keep the chat clean, and I absolutely appreciate them. They're awesome. And I appreciate all you guys coming and being part of the show and joining us and sharing in the chat. Great comments. You guys ask great questions, which I appreciate that. That is absolutely awesome. We got Rhode Island there. Where did you do your research for your solar panels? What I did, Tina, I basically went on and I watched some YouTube videos, and then I went in and looked and did the research. What was the cost of panels? Where was the best price for me at the time when I was looking for panels? And that's kind of how I did it and stuff like that. So that's the way I did it. I guess we're not making 400 before the end of the show. We're at 387 on the thumbs up. Guys, if you haven't done it yet, I would appreciate that. We got 13 away. It's just a game. I know, and that pisses off the trolls too, guys, that it's a game, but it's fun. So, but all right, now we're 391. We're 9 away. Up. We just got 4 more. 395. So 5 more, guys. 5 more, and then we're going to jump off here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate it. Remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. That's really important as well. Also, remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. I see we're over that. We're 408 now. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you, moderators. Everybody, I hope you all have a great weekend and be safe. And we'll talk to you all later. Preparedness 1 out for now.